President also, Congressman Teves, and the son of the chairman, of course, is also a colleague of mine in the League of Barangays. The DILG's trust is to follow the promises, to keep to help the President to keep his promises, namely to fight against illegal drugs, to fight against corruption and criminality. That was the President's example in Davao. That's why Davao, as it is today, is very progressive, because he has focused more on the peace and order, and thus investment came in. That is probably the strategic plan that the DILG is also following under this administration from 2017 to 2022. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Looking at before I speak, sir, Mr. Chair, I asked the COMSEC, ano po ba yung hinihingi sa departamento na gusto malaman ng committee? Ano yung tanong na kailangan namin sagutin? Ang sagot po sa amin ni COMSEC, please prepare whether or not the activities and programs you have will be sustainable if ever federalism will come in, or if it is still practical, viable, and feasible. So our answer is this, simply, Mr. Chairman. The DILG is in the forefront of espousing federalism. And the DILG's thrust is really to follow the local government code, which is the spirit of which is to decentralize. Federalism per se is decentralization, empowering the regions, empowering the local government. That is why we don't see any conflict whatsoever in our program that would be in conflict with federalism. But that is our side. Probably the good congressmen might see otherwise. But as far as we're concerned, there will not be any conflict because all programs will still be in the thrust of decentralization. So if it is for the best of decentralization under federalism, we go for it. Empowering the local government is really our thrust. And but take note of this, sir, since the DILG is also an attached agency of the PNP, yung PNP lang po ang ayaw namin ma-decentralize. It should remain with the central government. But the Bureau of Fire, the BJMP, which is under public safety, maaari naman po yun. But the President's orders that the military and the police remains to the central government. But the rest, pwede naman po. Looking at the perspective of the PDP 2007-2020 overall strategic framework, ito po yung ambisyon 2020-40. Matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay. Saan po papasok ang DILG dyan? Doon sa malasakit at patuloy na pagmunlad, increasing growth potential. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So as you can see, under malasakit at pagbabago, enhancing the social fabric, inequality reduction transformation, foundation for sustainable development, doon po kami pumapasok sa Chapter 5, which is ensuring people-centered, clean and effective governance, which the President would demand from us to make our government clean from corruption, and at the same time, our people to be more empowered. Under Chapter 18, ensuring security and public order and safety, nandun na po yung support of government efforts in the fight against illegal drugs, criminality, and violent extremism. Where does DILG come in the fight against illegal drugs, by the way? Ito po yung sinasabi namin strengthening of the Barangay Anti-Drug Abuse Council and the Anti-Drug Abuse Council. Although the PNP and PDEA is in charge of enforcement, remember, PNP and PDEA are just relying on the BADAC in getting the watch lists. But as you can see, the war against illegal drugs is not just enforcement. Kailangan merong advocacy, kailangan inaalagaan yung community, kailangan may prevention, kailangan may community-based drug rehabilitation and drug clearing. It's really education down to the grassroots level. Next slide, please. So, sir, under Chapter 5 of ensuring people-centered, clean, and efficient government, the first step, the first outcome that we want is administrative governance and enhanced strategies. So let's say, we have a project which supports to the local government's program. Ito po yung tinatawag namin former assistance to municipality. Remember, may binibigay ko kami funding to municipalities. No, if they have a program for projects that they would want to be funded, na identify nila, we allow such funds, no, to be given. We allow such funds to be given to them. The outcome is the citizenry fully engaged and empowered strategies. So we allow people's participation at this level with the municipality. Next slide, please. This is another program, which is the Seal of Good Local Governance, which you always give, to all local governments. This is one way of empowering and at the same time checking of whether or not may check and balance and good housekeeping. This is an initiative done by former Secretary Jesse Robredo, but it was a good implementation because it has evolved further in giving more awards to local government and recognizing their best efforts and best practices. So this is one strategy of, again, checking on the corruption and the productivity of each local government. Next slide, please. Another is the NEO and BINEO. As you can see, meron po tayo, di ba? We just finished our elections with the barangay. Meron tayong BINEO. So we'll be allotting funds to train newly elected barangay officials in their functions, lalo higit yung barangay anti-drug abuse councils. Next slide, please. Another is the Lupon Tagapamayapa Awards Incentive Program, which we give to all Lupon Tagapamayapa, Katarungan Pambarangay, because one of the functions really of the DILG is to ensure that the barangays function in helping the courts to declare cases. So para hindi na umabot to sa korte, sa level lang ng barangay, ayusin na. So we empower further the Katarungan Pambarangay through this incentive and award system. Next slide, please. Another is the improve LGU competitiveness and ease of doing business. This is the call of the President, if you can notice. Ito yung hinihingi ni Presidente sa atin na maraming red tape sa gobyerno, na maraming bumabagal yung paglabas ng business permit sa barangay, sa city. This is our way of checking on them and improving on the streamlining of the system. So this program helps in fighting corruption and simplifying the government system. Next slide, please. Ito po hindi pa masyado nabibigyan ng programa yet, but this is a strategy which helps the social pension system. This is, again, in line with DSWD and other LGUs for senior citizens as well.
Asik,
Yes, sir.
before you proceed, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Commission Justice Chairman, Honorable Ronaldo Malik, President Candidate of Gintan Mindoro. Please,
Thank you, sir. Our next slide, please. Another program of ours, ito yung mga illegal settlers po. Yung mga illegal settlers that is doon sa mga dangerous areas. No? The DILG is in charge not to get rid of them, but to find a place where MHA could also put some of the informal settlers in that area. So kami po yung nakikipag-usap sa mga local government who are still open to accepting informal settlers. Yung in relation with the Manila Bay Area Clean-up and Rehabilitation Program, which the Supreme Court has already given order as a mandamus. Next slide, please. Ito po, this is actually my program, the strengthening of the Barangay Anti-Drug Abuse Council, the National Advocacy on Preventing Illegal Drugs, Criminality, Corruption, and Violent Extremism. So again, as you can see, violent extremism has already came into our country, as an evidence to which is Marawi. So yung pag-explain sa taong bayan, ano ba yung radicalism na sinasabi? Akala ho nila kasi the product of Marawi is the complacency of the people. And we need to educate the people of radicalism. Akala nila hindi pa pumapasok sa NCR at sa Luzon, meron na po. So we have to educate even the barangays as well of what is violent extremism. So that's one way of one of the programs of violent extremism, including the illegal drugs as well. Next slide, please. So this is also another, strengthening of the Peace and Order Council, strengthening, that's also my program, sir, strengthening of Anti-Drug Abuse Council. Ito yung papalakas ng balak at adak. Ano? Kasi ang claim ng ICAD, interagency ICAD, ang may problema po pala, hindi functional ang balak. As you would have noticed, the DILG has 5 cases of barangays na hindi nag-organize ng balak. But we're not actually focusing on the organization alone, but the functionality as well. As a matter of fact, we're almost finished with that. And the PDEA and PNP is relying on an improved balak. That is the very reason why the elections were postponed for the barangays, because of illegal drugs. And hopefully we could also find ways to improve further on this. Another is the PLEB, the strengthening of PLEB. Mahalaga po yung PLEB kasi po, ang sabi mo kasi ng mga oposisyon na walang tiwala sa IAS. Bakit? Kasi police, iniimbestiga na Kabaro under IAS. So they need the People's Law Enforcement Board, which is outside of the uniformed personnel, to investigate on the police. But we are also trying to amend some laws on PLEB, specifically on mandatory putting lawyers in the PLEB, which will be chosen by the IBP, not by the mayors as well. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Another is the Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center Program. Hindi po ito trabaho actually ng... Let me be clear on this one. This is really DOH role, but the only role of DILG here is to coordinate with the local government doon sa mga magbibigay ng donation. Pag nakapag-coordinate na ho kami, bibitaw na po ang DILG, DOH operates now. Ang trabaho lang ho ng DILG is to link DOH with the local government and the donors as well. Another is the Presidential Award for Outstanding Anti-Drug Abuse. So we also would want to give awards to local governments who perform well in the Anti-Drug Abuse Councils. Next slide, please. I think that's not back, please. I think that's not. Next, the other slide, please. Back, please, back. The other side, please. Back. Okay. Yes, no, next slide. Next slide. The 911 response team, ito pa yung hinihingi ni Presidente sa amin, na i-operate yung 911. Kung nagawa niya po sa Davao, gusto niya rin magawa sa buong Pilipinas. And this is one of the efforts that we're trying to do with the public safety. Next slide, please. Ito po yung conditional matching grant program. Kung maalala po ninyo, ito yung nagbibigay ng pondo para ho doon sa mga kalsada ng ating mga main roads ng mga probinsya, in exchange of which magsha-sharing po ang probinsya. So yan po yung matching grant program na inumpisahan noong pa. And at the same time, may Salin Tubig, the program, which helps the municipalities which don't have water, to capacitate themselves to create more water on the areas. Next slide, please. Ito po yung Manila Bay Area Cleanup and Rehabilitation Program. As mandamus, compliance to the Supreme Court mandamus. Monitoring of all areas na may mga illegal settlers pa rin sa danger spots, so, na hindi nagko-comply. Next slide, please. Okay. Enhancing of LGU capacity on disaster risk reduction management. Next slide, please. So yan po yung aming program, which, as I've said, if ever federalism would come in, would not at all be affected, because this is being implemented solely by the local governments. As I've said, whatever that would empower further the centralization principle, the DILG has no conflict with that.
Thank you very much,